Good morning, Reflecting Christ, November 30th. God's people to reveal principles. John 17, verse 18. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. It is God's purpose to manifest through his people the principles of his kingdom, that in life and character they may reveal these principles. He desires to separate them from the customs, habits, and practices of the world. He seeks to bring them nearer to himself, that he may make known to them his will. His purpose for his people today is the same that he had for Israel when he brought them forth from Egypt. By beholding the goodness, the mercy, the justice, and the love of God revealed in his church, the world is to have a representation of his character. And when the law of God is thus exemplified in the life, even the world will recognize the superiority of those who love and fear and serve God above every other people in the world. Seventh-day Adventists, above all people, should be patterns of piety, holy in heart and in conversation. To them have been entrusted the most solemn truths ever committed to mortals. Every endowment of grace and power and efficiency has been liberally provided. They look for the near return of Christ in the clouds of heaven, for them to give to the world the impression that their faith is not a dominating power in their lives is greatly to dishonor God. Because of the increasing power of Satan's temptations, the times in which we live are full of danger for the children of God, and we need to learn constantly of the great teacher, that we may take every step in surety and righteousness. Wonderful scenes are opening before us, and at this time, a living testimony is to be born in the lives of God's professed people, so that the world may see that in this age, when evil reigns on every side, there is yet a people who are laying aside their will and are seeking to do God's will, a people in whose hearts and lives God's law is written. God expects those who bear the name of Christ to represent him. Their thoughts are to be pure, their words noble and uplifting. The religion of Christ is to be interwoven with all that they do and say. They are to be a sanctified, purified, holy people, communicating light to all with whom they come in contact. It is his purpose that by exemplifying the truth in their lives, they shall be a praise in the earth. The grace of Christ is sufficient to bring this about, but let God's people remember that only as they believe and work out the principles of the gospel can they fulfill his purpose. Only as they yield their God-given capabilities to his service will they enjoy the fullness and the power of the promise whereon the church has been called to stand. Hope you have a great day today. Reflect Christ.